It's time. Yee-hoo! Come on. Jesse weighs in. Jesse weighs in. Jesse knows best. Jesse knows best. Jesse weighs in. Jesse weighs in.
Well, we finally did it. We Americans. Done something no one else in the whole world could do. We found Osama bin Laden, a man who perpetrated 2 different attacks on the World Trade Center, a man who perpetrated many terrorist activity, funded it with his oil money and his blood money, and done some terrible things. Well, we found him. And over the past few years, Osama bin Laden, we called him Osama bin Hiding, because that's what he's been doing. And I don't know how you hide for 10 years from America, greatest country in the world. He done it, and we was looking. And, I mean, we looked everywhere. We knew he was on dialysis, so getting that dialysis medicine, and we thought he was in the caves, so we started looking at all the caves, the dialysis machines, and realized we couldn't find any, so we kept looking and looking and looking. Eventually we found a mansion. I think we should have started with the mansions myself, but we found a mansion he was living in, and they found this gopher. It was running, not an actual gopher. I don't know if they have those in Middle Eastern, but they had this gopher getting stuff for him, going in and out. And he found him and took him by the shoulders, and they shook him, and they said, "Well, who are you working for?" And he said, "I ain't telling you." And so they went on to waterboard him and whatever else they do, I reckon, and punched him in the ear. And he said, "Stop it. I need them ears for hearing." And he said, hearing Osama bin Laden's orders. And they said, "Who?" And he said, "Oh, damn." And they shook him some more for a while, because they like to do that. And they put together a hit team of CIA and FBI, Secret Service, and Army, Air, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and everyone you come up with, and helicopters and tanks, and you be all you can be, Army or one, you name it. I mean, they had it coming and going and all over the place. And they went in there and they found him and they shot him dead. And then they videotaped the whole thing, and they took his body and they dumped it out in the sea, saying no one could go get it. And they got pictures and what have you, and they ain't releasing the pictures. And a lot of people saying, "Oh, Jesse, I only believe what I hear. I don't believe what I hear. I only believe what I see." And I said, well, hell, these days they can make any picture they want. If they wanted to release pictures of me, release 100,000 of them. They hire Michael Bay and Steven Spielberg and LucasArts and all them people. You seen Avatar? That place don't even exist, and it looked real as hell. So they just hire somebody to make fake pictures. If all this wasn't true, if it's, I'd be more willing to think it was fake if it was pictures. But whatever. I digress. The point I'm making is, we got him, yeah, and greatest country in the world. We shot him dead in the eye hole, and I mean, you know, Martin Luther King Jr. said that he'd mourn 1,000 deaths and would not celebrate a single death, even if it was the person causing them 1,000 deaths, because there's nothing to celebrate, because that's 1,001 deaths. And I think that's something you really ought to think about, because I think if you go around saying things like that, it probably makes you a pussy. And that ain't, I mean, that ain't how I am. And we done our part looking for him. I tell you, I had Jesse Jr. checking all over the neighborhood, and I looked on the internet for pictures and stuff, and I never could find him. I didn't know if there was a reward or none, but I would think there is, you know. But anyway, all this happened right around election time, and Obama trying to run again, and I guess he's probably going to win it. I don't really care one way or the other, because Obamacare is going to help me get my toes fixed, you know, because of my diabetes. And I tell you, you know, I'm just glad to be in America at a time like this, where that man who done harmed us so many different ways has been taken off this planet. and it can't do no more harm, and praise it. And like I told Jesse Jr., I said, son, he ain't Osama bin Laden no more. He's Osama bin dying.